Thank you for being here. We're going to do it in English. And I want to thank my good friend Lisa, first and foremost, for bringing her colleagues here. I think it's very important in these very uncertain times that we have an open dialogue. So I want to thank Lisa and Senator Coons for making sure that we have the meeting and bringing all your colleagues here with us. And I want to pass on the floor to Coons first. The floor is yours.
Thank you so much. Thank you for your hospitality. This is a 10-member bipartisan bicameral dialogue from the United States Senate and the United States House, and we are grateful for your hospitality, for 225 years of being a good and trusted ally and partner. We had a strong and robust dialogue about how we extend that into the future. We expressed our gratitude for the sacrifice of Danes who served and fought and died alongside Americans when we were attacked 25 years ago. We spoke about the value of NATO and the commitment to respecting the core principles of sovereignty, territorial integrity, and self-determination. And we spoke with clarity about the importance that the people of Greenland make their decisions about their future. So it was a constructive and hopeful dialogue, and we look forward to continuing.
Thank you. I want to pass on the floor to Makowski.
Thank you. Thank you for your continued friendship, your leadership, and to my friend and the leader of our delegation, Senator Coons, thank you for leading such a strong bipartisan and, as you point out, bicameral delegation. I think that that's important. I think it's important that it be recognized that when it comes to matters of relationships with our friends, with our allies, as we have here in Denmark, as we have in Greenland, that it is not a subject of Republicans versus Democrats. It is a recognition, again, of a strong and a continuing relationship over decades. It is one that we need to nurture, as with all relationships. You need to nurture and take care of them, and you need to have constructive dialogue. And as has been noted, there's not only been good dialogue here at the Parliament today, but this morning earlier with the Prime Minister of both Greenland and of Denmark. Just yesterday in Washington, D.C., we had visits with the foreign ministers of both Greenland and Denmark. So constructive, important dialogue that is ongoing now and will move forward. So it's important to be here. I think presence means a lot. And this, again, bipartisan delegation to be here with our partners is important. So thank you for the opportunity to share the time and, again, the fellowship. We appreciate it.
Thank you very much. We appreciate it also. I want to pass on the floor to Pibaluk Lunge from Inatsisartut.
Pingaarutiqarmat kalaallit maani inatsisartut sinnerluipekataasinnaanissaat kalaallit sorusunnersut kalaallunaa sorusunnersoq kalaalliningaani aam takkuttussaammat taamaam aamma uagut Amerikkarmiunut kissaatigut suleqatigikkusunnermullu angunnissaat pingaartissimaгаtsigu maang peqataasinnaagaat qoyanaq aamma kalaallit nunaat naatumu ilaasortaavor taamaattum aamma suleqatigiinnerput suleqatigikkusunnerpull uan angupparput. I'll switch over to English. We have very few journalists in Greenland, so it's really important to get that out in Greenlandic first. But as I said, it was really important for us at the Inatsisartut, the Greenlandic government, to attend this meeting with the senators and representatives because we have really wanted to have a dialogue with them. And dialogue is first and foremost really important for us, and I hope we can continue. And I hope it is the first of many, many more dialogues we can have in the future, because we are a member of NATO, and we are happy to cooperate through NATO. And I think we have lots and much more to work with each other on in these situations, because NATO has been here for many, many years, and we hope that it will stay many more years to come. Thank you.
And then I want to pass on the floor to Christian Friis Bach.
Thank you very much. Let me also warmly thank the senators and representatives for coming. This dialogue was of crucial importance in an uncertain time for the Kingdom of Denmark. We have underlined that our friendship and our partnership must build on trust and on respect, and how crucial this is for our alliance, for our freedom, for our security and prosperity. So thank you very much for joining us, and thank you for coming all the way to Denmark to strengthen our dialogue. This is important in an uncertain time.
Thank you very much. I just want to conclude, and I want to say that we have also talked about the human dimension, the pressure that people are feeling back home in Greenland, and I think it was well received, and of course they understand the concerns that we have in Greenland. So I want to thank my colleagues, both from Greenland and from Denmark, and also from US, for being here. I know it's a time that is difficult, and therefore it's important to have close collaboration and also respect. And of course, between Greenland and Denmark, we stand fully united. Thank you very much. If you want to ask some questions, you'll be able to ask some questions one-on-one. I would suggest we do that instead. We can take a few. Sure.
Can I ask you
one second.
Could you tell us if Donald Trump is set on buying or occupying Greenland, what can your visit here, what can the Congress do to stop him? Because it hasn't gone away now for a year.
I think it's an important message for the people of the Kingdom of Denmark to understand. And I don't want to go into a basic civics lesson here, but we have three separate but equal branches in the United States. The executive, the presidency is clearly one, and you're hearing from the executive branch. The Congress also has a role. The Congress has a role, certainly when it comes to spending authorities. The Congress has a role in basically helping to facilitate the message that comes from our constituents to be reflected in whether it's legislation or appropriations or actions or measures that can indicate, again, the will of the Congress. And I think it is important to underscore that when you ask the American people whether or not they think it is a good idea for the United States to acquire Greenland, the vast majority, some 75%, will say, we do not think that that is a good idea. This senator from Alaska does not think it is a good idea. And I want to build on the relationship that we have had. As Aya and I penned in an op-ed about a year ago, Greenland needs to be viewed as our ally, not as an asset. And I think that's what you're hearing with this delegation.
Thank you very much. I want to make sure that we get the Greenlandic news. So.
Nunattani paatusaanaqartariaqarpoq kalaalsorusunnersut aamtoqqarluta oqaloqatigisariaqaratsigit aamakis qinnuivigivagut angussagut nunaqqatimin anguteqqullugu taamaattumik pisariaqarsorivara oqaraanni nunatsinni aaliangernerpissasoq taam nunatsinniinnipi aniasariaqarpoq taannalu neriutigaara oqaloqatigiinner ual siulliusun amerlasinnaasuni oqaatigineqarpoq
eqqisiipisinnaavuumassakut
tässä misigipuutusaanaqarluta oqaloqatigin ingerlalluarpoq aamma misigivunga paasineqarluarluta tusarmaarneqarluta.
Thank you very much. Samitya? Yeah, one moment, please.
Yes, thank you. I'm from Semitiak, Greenlandic Media. A question for you, Senator. What are your hopes in terms of being able to influence the president's to drop his ambition to take over Greenland? What can you do?
I think I shared a bit of that response in the previous question here. Again, in Congress, we have tools at our disposal under our constitutional authority that speaks specifically to the power of the purse through appropriations. But I think we're distracting from the purpose of this visit here. This visit is to, again, have this dialogue, to hear directly from the people of Greenland. And we heard about the concerns and the fears directly from the people of Greenland, talking with the people here, whether in Copenhagen or throughout Denmark, but also understanding more broadly what this means, not just to Denmark, to Greenland, but to the NATO alliance. And so what we are engaged on with this trip is to take back much of what we are receiving now from you to the United States. We also rely on the media for most of our input, but there is no better input than the dialogue that we have just had throughout the course of the day. So that is the purpose.
We have one last question that will be from New York Times, but I want to make sure that my good colleague Senator Coons also has the opportunity to say something.
I'll answer.
Okay, perfect.
I just wanted to ask, there's been a lot of support on the Hill, bipartisan support for legislation that would limit the president's ability to act unilaterally. Where are you on that right now? You're talking a lot, but are you moving forward with any kind of constraints on him?
Speaking for myself, I would support that. But let me just emphasize what Senator Murkowski just said about the purpose. There was a bipartisan group of senators yesterday in the Capitol, hosted by Senator Shaheen, that met with the Danish foreign minister, the Greenlandic foreign minister. This is a different group, of a bipartisan group of members of the House and Senate. We are listening to our friends and our colleagues from the Greenlandic and the Danish parliaments, and we will be bringing back to the United States insights. Are there real pressing threats to the security of Greenland from China and Russia? No, not today. Are there real opportunities for us to partner through NATO to contribute to Arctic security? Yes. And if we ask respectfully and plan together, we can achieve that goal. Are there opportunities to develop sustainably the resources of Greenland, if that's of interest to American companies? Yes. And so there's a lot of rhetoric, but there's not a lot of reality in the current discussion in Washington. And part of the point of this trip is to have a bipartisan group of members of Congress listen respectfully to our friends, our trusted allies and partners here in Denmark and from Greenland, and to go back to the United States and share those perspectives so that we can lower the temperature and have a more constructive dialogue about the best path forward. Thank you, Elizabeth.
Thank you very much. That was the final question. So I want to thank everybody, and if you are able, maybe you can have a one-on-one. So thank you very much for coming. Vil du lave med Murkowski? Yeah, I don't. Do we want this? Yeah, we can.